Elohim, Psalms, chapter 9, verses 11 to 20, with commentary following. Sing praises to Yahuah, which dwells in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he makes inquisition for the blood, he remembers them. He forgets not the cry of the humble. Have mercy upon me, O Yahuah. Consider my trouble, which I suffer of them that hate me. You that lift me up upon the gates of death, that I may show forth all your praise in the gates of the daughters of Zion. I will rejoice in your Yahushua. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. Yahuah is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion. The wicked shall be turned into Sheol, and all the nations that forget Elohim. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Yahuah, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in your sight. Put them in fear, O Yahuah, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. In these verses, David calls upon the people to sing praises to Yahuah, who dwells in Zion, and to remember the cries of the afflicted. The psalm emphasizes that Elohim does not forget those who suffer or those who seek him in humility. David asks Yahuah for mercy and deliverance from his enemies, recognizing that life and salvation are in his hands alone. I found relief from stress when I finally admitted I can't control everything. Googling symptoms at 2 a.m. and using ice cream as a coping mechanism wasn't helping. Things finally started improving when I turned to Yahuah. I prayed, and Elohim replied in small but meaningful ways. The smoke alarm stopped beeping, the kettle boiled on time, and somehow my patience rebooted. Tiny miracles. I sleep better now, having realized that some problems need Elohim, not hashtags. Learning to ask him for direction works far better than yelling into a pillow. The passage also describes how the wicked often fall into the very traps they set for others, showing that Yahweh's justice ultimately turns evil back upon itself. There was a woman at work who installed spyware to monitor the staff until a software update accidentally emailed her browsing history to the entire office. She had invented a fake competitor to boost her performance numbers and was paranoid someone had found out. She might have gotten away with it until investors expressed interest in a merger and started asking for paperwork for a business that didn't exist. Desperate to keep her job, she planted evidence of incompetence in a rival's desk. Sadly for her, the security camera captured the entire operation in high definition. When blackmail with doctored photos failed, she disabled the office lights to create drama, tripped the breaker, staged a dramatic exit into the stairwell, and tumbled all the way to the bottom. For believers today, this section of the psalm is both an encouragement and a warning. It encourages those who feel overlooked, oppressed, or burdened by reminding them that Yahuah sees their struggles and hears their prayers. At the same time, it warns against pride and rebellion. As the nations that forget Elohim are brought low, David's closing prayer asks Yahuah to remind humanity that they are only mortal men. This remains relevant today, calling believers to walk humbly before Yahuah, trusting in his justice and remembering that all authority and power ultimately belongs to him. I thank you for listening. This has been Enlighten, carefully deleting our browser history. We praise Yahuah. Praise Yahuah.